Hello everybody and welcome to today's video where I will be talking about my thoughts on Murtagh by Christopher Paolini whilst you enjoy some diamond art. I've recently just gotten into it and so I thought I'd do like a voiceover review whilst going through the Starry Night diamond art piece that I'm currently working on. So the world is no longer safe for the dragon rider Murtagh and his dragon Thorn. An evil king has been toppled to face the consequences of the reluctant role they played in his reign of terror. Now they are hated and alone, exiled to the outskirts of society. Throughout the land, hushed voices whisper of brittle ground and a faint scent of brimstone in the air, and Murtagh senses that something wicked lurks in the shadows of Alagäsia. So begins an epic journey into lands both familiar and untravelled, where Murtagh and Thorn must use every weapon in their arsenal, from brains to brawn, to find and outwit a mysterious witch. A witch who is much more than she seems. It took me many months to get through this, but oh my gosh, was it a fantastic read overall. Murtagh has always been my favourite morally grey character, and just to have a whole 600+ page book dedicated solely to him and Thorn was honestly everything I could have wanted, besides, you know, just being back into this world once again, a world that I really loved growing up. Getting to learn more about Murtagh's character arc and see where life took him and Thorn after all the events that transpired throughout the inheritance cycle was fascinating. I felt as though we were really given a chance to get to know them as more than, you know, quote unquote the villains, and it was just beautiful to see them on their adventure and kind of the connection they have with each other. To see how their tortured past, especially when they were in the confines of Galbatorix, triggers them still was absolutely heartbreaking and so realistic in a person and just in a being, a living being. The empathy I felt was overwhelming at times. I just wanted to reach through the pages of the book and give them both the biggest, warmest hug. It warms my heart to know that they at least have comfort within each other. The character growth from both of them in this novel was incredibly impressive. Working through the torments of their memories and wanting and trying to get through the other side was so inspiring to read about. But what really drove that inspiration further for me was the fact that it wasn't just done overnight and it wasn't handled in such a flippantly way. They really painstakingly went over it, and you can see that there was a genuine desire to want to kind of come over this struggle that they had, to kind of learn to cope with it and be better equipped, I guess you would say. With Thorn especially, we really got a deeper understanding of how his forced growth as a hatchling and the cruel trials he faced at the hand of Galbatorix may affected him still, and how he struggled awfully with confined spaces because of that. It was heartbreaking to see his frustration and fear, being stuck in the cruel moments of the past that brought the fear on, where he really couldn't see anything other than that moment of terror. A theme I really enjoyed in Murtagh was the significant role dreams played, and I believe that was also quite a big concept into Sleep in a Sea of Stars, which was the sci-fi novel that Paolini has written. So I find it intriguing to see how differently he explores that theme, you know, within his sci-fi compared to his fantasy respectively. A little side note here, but I couldn't help but love the little notes, this is going to sound random, of the ums and harumphs. It just felt so intrinsically human, and it just made me chuckle because I had like the audiobook going as well as reading physically, and the narrator just perfectly got that, you know, intrinsically human, like you know, it just felt so relatable. I loved getting to see more of the world, and did get annoyed a little bit at Murtagh's endless curiosity, always getting him into trouble, but the things we discovered out about the goings on after what we hoped would be a long-lasting peace was worrying, and I'm so eager to find out what happens next. What else is in store for Murtagh and Thorn? Have you guys read this one? Have you read the previous stories in the inheritance cycle, and what have you thought about them if you have? If not, are you intrigued to go back and give them a go? They are one of my all-time favourite books. I absolutely adore that world, and it was just fantastic to be back in it again with one of my favourite characters. Anyway, that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed the review portion of this, as well as the visual aspect of some diamond art. If you do enjoy it, I might incorporate it in another video, so do let me know. But for now, I shall speak to you in another video soon. Bye.